And we're ready again on this Saturday.
We are recording the prequel.
We're recording the prequel to the sequel because everybody loves a sequel, but actually the prequel would be to the first one, right? Okay, so, hey, this is Justin with Technology ROX on a Saturday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday and warming up for a podcast. So, we had just got finished recording in the can, surprise guest with Matt Scarborough from Kaleidescape. He's the regional sales for Kaleidescape and did all the things, sat in studio with us. But like most corporate things, we have to get some things approved and whatnot before we can launch it. But we're super excited to launch it of this Strato K coverage that now the Technology ROX team has seen. And all of its beautiful golden glory. And even Mr. Grain saw a difference.
I did.
Between...
I still saw rainbows, but...
Between the difference. So it was a lot of fun to hang out with Matt. It's always a pleasure to hang out with Matt and spend an afternoon with him whenever we can, because he is just a absolutely brilliant individual. Oh no, here comes
Mr. Lord Byron,
Lord of the Wallace, Lord of the Land.
What it do, baby?
Yeah, so we were just talking about our show in the can that's classified that we can't talk about, but we're going to talk about it a little bit anyway.
Byron the Diaper King.
Byron the Diaper King today, watching his grandson, so calling him from remote. Ray was actually on the last show. We're not going to bother him to get on to come back. We didn't realize we couldn't release it until now. So we didn't want our audience to do without. So the show must go on. However, I will say the information behind the Strato K, it's not hype. It's really not. We actually did see it. We tried it out in the Beast. With the Barco on the synthesis system, and
awesome.
Yeah, no, did you hear that, Byron? That was Ian that said that, not me. That was not me doing an Ian impression.
Is that why it's clouding up and raining outside? Like it's finna have a thunderstorm or lightning or hurricane or something?
Yeah, don't stand outside. No, it's.
I'd buy one.
There you go.
But I don't have a TV to put it.
Hold on, Elizabeth. I'm coming to meet you, baby. Oh, this must be the big one. This is the real one.
Did you put an echo in there somehow?
My protein shake about went through my nose on that. No, it's beautiful. I'll say this.
Once I get a TV that I can
so
utilize it on, I will probably think about it.
So here's what I would say. Barco is known for a softer color palette, and typically everybody measures things from the JVC, from the Sony standpoint. However, Barco is one of those things where they're never really reviewed very heavily or done in shootouts and things like that, because it's the industry standard. This made the color palette on the Barco resemble a JVC, and that is not a insult to Barco or a slight to Barco. They're known for a softer color palette, and this was a very pop TV like color palette.
Yeah,
for sure. And so
the one that got me.
How you think it would? Oh.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say we looked at some of the scenes from some of the movies that we got in there, and Justin's favourite one of Top Gun Maverick flying through the wherever and dropping his load off. But the thing that I saw that made it different and look more real to me was the actual top of his helmet, the red, white, and blue, and the way the colours shaded across that with the sun shining on it. I could see it looked totally different, but more real.
Yeah. And I guess Ready Player One isn't the most real thing you can watch.
That's half animated, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. And what I enjoyed about Ready Player One was the same. Nothing looks real in Ready Player One, but what I noticed is the color palette. It was the blues, the reds, the gray, the shades of gray. Like you can, instead of just looking like gray, it looked like, okay, I can see the tires, I can see the treads on the tires. In the DeLorean in this scene, we watched the scene called First Challenge.
The sharpness
and the sharpness, it like, which you're going to hear on this upcoming episode, as Matt would talked about the raindrops in the F1 movie. I can totally see why you would see that. You know, we watched Blade Runner. That was another one that we kind of previewed. We watched.
Justin,
go ahead.
How you think it would do on the low end projectors like the Epson LS 12,000 and the 9,000?
I think it would look just as amazing. I don't think you can. Again, I know the limitations of. How do I say this? There's no limitations on a Barco. A Barco is just an instrument more than a projector, but it's reviewed harshly because it's like putting an everyday driver behind the wheel of an F1 car. Unless you just know what you're doing with that instrument, you're going to wreck it. And you're not going to enjoy it to the nth degree, right? And so, or put it in street terminology, a Ferrari or Lamborghini, you know, unless it's a driver's car. So unless you enjoy those types of things, so I enjoy a larger lens diameter, in the processing power of the auto correct and things that a Barco does on the fly that you have to go in and manually do on a JVC. So when someone like me that appreciates all of those things says this is extending the color palette further than I thought the Barco could do, that tells me it was a limitation of the source that's feeding that projector. So if the projector is known for that, like if you were to do a comparison of Sony versus Samsung, two different animals. Samsung has a very cartoon look to it. Sony has a very natural color palette to it. And that would be kind of the same color palette between the JVC and the Barco. Now, all of those things can be tamed. So I don't know if I'm even saying it the right way. But to not slight one versus the other, what I'm saying is this picture popped like a TV picture would. And Ian saw it, Ray saw it. In fact, I think I don't even know if Matt's seen it on a projector yet of that quality. I think he's using a 5000 ES Sony, so he's using one of those that you just listed in that statement, Byron. So I think, yes, once again, this is something this brand has come out with where everybody can play. You know, everybody can play the game and everybody can kind of jump in. So, yes, I think 100% you're going to notice a difference on it. I think on a TV, it's going to be even more so on a television versus a projector because, again, you got to remember, your televisions were made for this color palette. You know, projectors can process this color palette, but not necessarily baked for that color. It starts to strain a projector, whereas I saw no evidence of strain, no evidence of weakness. Again, the Barco we're using is a 6500 lumen projector, so it's incredibly bright, so it will keep up with those things. But Byron, your LS 12000 is 3500 lumens. So, and you're not going with a giant screen.
Yeah, I looked at the specs on the LS 12000 and it was showed 4.4.4.
That's all you need. That's all you need with 4K cinematic. I mean, they've already released new movies already since we've had the last show highlighting the Strato K. We cannot get this show with Matt out fast enough. So, because now that I've seen the product, everything in my shop sucks again, which I hate that feeling. We all know this. So, but what made the impact for me is when someone like Ray and Ian that aren't exactly the adopters, your primary adopters of something like Kaleidescape. When Ian, somebody that is typically not an insult, but more on the skeptical side of technology, when someone releases something new. I mean, I think that's fair to say, right, Ian? I mean, to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luddite redneck.
Well, right. And so who doesn't like to spend money on things like this? If he's saying, yeah, I would buy one, I'm not telling him to say that. He's saying it.
Nobody tells me what to buy.
Well, there you go. He just buys.
Nobody puts me in the corner. There's another movie reference for you.
That's true. Dirty Dancing.
Yep.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. Yep. No, see, it's very hard to stump me on a movie reference because I'm a total nerd when it comes to that. So I don't know. I would say yes, without a doubt, worth every penny, worth the upgrade if you're thinking about upgrading. And no, this isn't a YouTuber saying you should upgrade so I can sell you one. No, you're asking me to report on something with that dead centered, sorry, I had to change my verbiage, accuracy on what my eyes saw, and I could not reboot my Strato C fast enough, or ESET fast. I couldn't reboot my system fast enough to watch the same clip, and it was night and day different, like without a doubt. Like no comparison, night and day different. Now I got to figure out how to buy one. So that's where I'm at with that particular product. But yeah, no. So we had a nice, healthy conversation with Matt. He kind of went into the ins and outs of most of the product lines, and we went SKU by SKU. So again, if you're on the fence about buying one, you want to know the differentiation of one. To me, there's not a better show out there that's going to cover that with Kaleidescape in studio. Where he highlights it, talks about the differentiation, and then again, I got to hold one. It's built well. It's slightly smaller footprint than a Strato C, but maybe just a hair larger than an E and a V. Looks different, sounds different. Again, Maverick is where I saw it, as you were almost seeing the reflection of the camera lens in the Maverick, in the cockpit, because we were watching 2 minutes, 14 seconds, and you were seeing all sorts of crazy stuff that you just didn't notice before. And this was on a Barco. This was not on an 8K television, which I did have an 8K television. He was just pressed for time. He didn't have an 8K. There's not any 8K movies coming up yet. They're working on a handful of titles. No, we can't tell you which ones that they're coming out with. Neither can they. It's all kind of top secret classified information. But if you were on the fence about a Strato K, I would say Strato K all the way, man. I would do it without a hesitation. I would do it. It's the best thing I've ever seen in the home theater sector.
Yes, it's carved out a very
interesting
but effective niche market for itself, because
right.
There is no other product that can touch it.
No, your discs are dead. It's just, yeah, you can use them, but they're gone. So anyway, going into that, Ian, you said you had a couple fun topics you want to talk about. What do you got?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I probably haven't got so much time to spend on these little projects now, because I have a new project.
Oh, what do you got?
I bought a Corvette. An old Corvette. A nice...
Hey, Justin, that is... So what did you call... I understand what a midlife crisis is. What do you call past midlife crisis?
A Brit life crisis is what I would call it. A Brit life crisis.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
So anyway, yeah, I've got a few little projects to do on that. A little bit of a fixer-upper.
And by the way, he could have bought a Strato K
for about the same price.
That's true. That's true.
A little less, actually.
Yeah, no, probably a little less. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of fun things coming up. We can't wait to talk about it more, but there is a good difference between the two. I know Byron's working on his things. He broke some rules. He broke some of my rules with his home theater. And you had some sofa baton thing you were alluding to last week you didn't get to talk about.
Yeah, it's Sofa Baton remote is a good low cost universal remote, but the Hisense TV code base is just scrapped. I don't understand how you can produce the same TV, but from model to model that the remote control database changes. It's just crazy. But they had I managed to get it to work like I wanted to. Then I unplugged the box to put it in place where it was gonna go, and I plugged it back. It didn't work no more.
Oh, okay.
So I boxed it up and sent it back.
Unfortunately, that was the same type of experience I had with it. They wanted us to bring it in for a dealership opportunity to be an exclusive with them, and we jumped into. We said, yeah, show us what you got. So they sent us a few SKUs, and this was years and years ago. And they asked us to review it. We reviewed it. We did not release our review on it, but my note back to them is it's not quite ready for prime time yet. I probably would not do this direct to end user. They did it direct to end user anyway, and that's kind of where you're at the moment. So
it's very user friendly. It's all app based,
right?
And they even have some codes from the cloud that that you can try, and it has U.S., Australia, Japan.
So was it just quirky with the Hisense or codec, or was it just quirky in general? Were you just having issues with the Hisense remote code?
It's just strictly Hisense. Everything else is.
So you didn't try it upstairs then?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, from the Marantz to the TiVo, all those model numbers was in the database, and it just rolled. It's just the Hisense was the problem. And they had in the database, they had I want to say off the top of my head 25 different Hisenses, but for some reason or other, the 98-inch series, they don't have as many models as they do the 100 inches and all the other ones in the database. So I tried I got it to work from they say try some from the cloud, so it lets users learn settings that work to the cloud. So I got a set of those from the cloud that worked, and like I say, it worked fine. And then when I unplug it to put it back, it didn't work.
Gotcha. No, that's so. Well, that's good feedback on that, because I know a lot of end users have been asking. There's been a giant void since Logitech has left us. I would say.
Still going strong though.
Yeah, still going. Well, they're still supporting it.
Yeah,
they're still very much supporting it. And if you know how to manipulate it, then you're still in good shape with Logitech. So it's still the only remote that'll jump into Philips Hue and Lutron. And
but you remember with the Logitech, we had to go with discrete codes to get it to work. And then
but that's not a slight against Logitech. That's a slight against the manufacturer of Hisense. Right. Yeah, no, and that's
so now what's happening is all my discrete codes work. Is just that the only section that works sporadically is the TV apps.
Interesting. Okay.
And so they worked for a long time.
I think I lost you. You still there?
I said they worked for a long time, and then all of a sudden they started going sporadic. And
interesting. Okay.
And then, so now we back to 2 remotes just for the TV outside, but everything else works fine.
Check to see if your blaster has moved or your IR emitter has moved, or
no. Well, it's not that. It doesn't bring the screen up. I mean, it hits it. It hits it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bring what it's supposed to bring up based on the button.
Well, I'll say this with TCL on the same front. We converted a client over to a TCL X11, and we're having some weird remote programming issues with that as well. It's sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it behaves differently. It reminds me almost of like an Android phone, which it's like there's too many different ways to get to a certain button or feature, and it's like if you don't hit that proper color combo, then it's just not going to work right, you know. And so I was experiencing that with a couple TCL TVs since we started doing a lot of the TCLs. So out there, because the price point wise has been attractive for a lot of folks, but yeah, no. So Logitech is still going strong, and it works.
I mean, at $150, if you got major name brand stuff, it's gonna work great.
Right. Yeah. No. I to me, we couldn't order them enough. We couldn't order enough of them. I mean, we sold when I took over from home entertainment. I moved out of the big Control Force sector. I moved out of some of the other sectors of stuff, and you know, it was just one of those things where we, it was just a good remote for a good price point. You know, like the Companion was $89 and the Elite was only $250. So, yeah. So I think but thanks for that test on Sofa Baton, because I haven't. It's one of those things I haven't tested in a long time. I know they've come out with new models. I wanted to try the newer models and I haven't done that. So yeah, no, that's actually some good feedback on that. We didn't get a chance to jump into it on the last show in depth very much because of we were trying to cover all the Strato K hoopla and everything else. So I know you're working some stuff on your room. You've now bought an amp, waiting for that to come in. You've switched over from Marantz to Integra, and now you've broken my rule and you mixed and matched the brands.
Yeah, I did. But technically speaking, Paradigm, Martin Logan, and all of them was owned by the same company, so I didn't really break the rule.
Did he just say Martin Logan?
I think he did say Martin Logan. Yeah, let it be made known on the calendar.
I'm sorry, Logan Martin. I'm sorry.
Well, he can't screw up Paradigm, and he can't screw up Anthem because it's one word.
Well, Paradigm sounds like a paradigm.
It sounds like a paradigm. So that means we got to get Ian's TV in stat so he can buy a Kaleidescape now. And
well, I'm not going to be spending any money on Apple products.
True,
because they just went through the roof.
Yes, so you were actually talking about that and hard drives both recently.
Yeah, well, I don't remember. People might remember back February, March time, I talked about hard drive prices and the fact that Western Digital said they'd sold all of their product for 2026, but they were still available on Amazon. And I invested, if that's the right word. I bought a couple of 8 terabyte hard disks, Western Digital Blue, and when I looked at the price today, they've still available, but increased by round about 70%.
Good grief.
And a 4 terabyte had gone up 56%.
That's
and
insane.
But Apple products, basically, they're all based on solid state memory, not hard disks.
Yep.
But they just are not going to absorb the memory price increases anymore. So, but the prices have gone up ridiculous. And the Apple TV, for instance, is a 2022 model. And you'd think they wouldn't even be making it anymore because they've got the new generation coming up soon with, but they've put it up a ridiculous amount.
So I was at one of my distribution warehouses the other day, and they sell Apple product, and I was just going to get a quick and dirty Apple TV. We don't make anything off Apple TVs, but it's just like a convenience store. You don't want to go somewhere else to buy one. You just grab it, go. And they didn't have any on the shelf.
No.
They didn't have any on the shelf. And I was like, hey, man, where's your Apple TVs? And he's like, oh, man, we're out. And he's like, man, we had a run on them last week.
Well, because people probably guessing that the price was going to go up.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a new one coming out sometime this year, which is going to do...
How much is that going to be?
Well, probably a lot more than what the current one is. But there were two things they didn't put the price up on. One's the iPhone 17 or 18. What's the latest one?
17.
Yeah, they haven't put the prices up on the 17 because they'll probably...
They're already high enough as it is.
Well, the 18s, when they come out, they'll be probably $200 more than what you expect.
But the new laptop they were advertising as being
Neo,
so
that's
cheap.
gone up. Yeah.
It went up.
Yeah. The other thing they didn't put the price up on yet was the watch, Apple Watch.
The iPads went up though. The MacBook Pro went
just about
way
everything else.
up.
The Vision Pros just priced itself out of the market.
I don't even realize why they even stuck that around. Like,
Why would anybody?
Nobody
buy
ever
it now?
uses
I mean,
it.
It's like $4,000. You can get a Kaleidescape for that.
Yeah, nobody ever uses the Vision Pro. I don't know one human being that actually owns one of those.
No. But it was Amazon Prime Day week or whatever they call their thing, and I got $120 off an Apple Watch.
Right.
Because, I mean, Apple haven't discounted it at all, but Amazon was selling them for $120 off, and actually I convinced 2 other people to buy it. So four of them altogether. Mine and 3 others. We all saved $120.
So I would say if you haven't purchased an Apple TV yet, you better go grab one before they go up to $200, right?
Or more for the Wi-Fi, for the Ethernet connected with the 128 gigs of memory in it.
That's nuts. Yeah, no, that's just so memory processing. Here we go again. This is 4 shows ago. Memory processing, hard drives.
It's memory and SSD drives that have gone up the most, but hard disks are catching up. When I looked at the graph I sent you of the price increase of that 8 terabyte drive,
which that one was 85%, right? I think I can go look at it.
No, it started going up just after I bought it in February, and then it's kind of gone up and up and up. But June, it's just gone up exponentially. You're talking $324 for a 8 terabyte when I paid.
So the black
20.
This is a 4 terabyte. No, 8 terabyte black is 85%. So it's $205 and it went up to $379.
Well, that's a slight anomaly because I ordered 2 blues and they sent me a blue and a black. So, but back when I bought those 2, the black wasn't much more than the blue. But I can't remember what price it was back then. But that's gone up even more now and makes the increase look more than it probably was. But I think that, they're catching up, price going up on everything like that.
Yeah. No, I think everybody, you're starting to feel the pinch, which will be an interesting topic to cover. And I think you did. I think you tiptoed into it with Matt on the memory, because you got to remember guys like Kaleidescape, memory is everything to that particular system.
Well, I had some specific questions which people can get into when we finally release that.
Yeah, I hope it's sooner than later. That was a great show. It was a good show. Matt is such a pleasant guy to have in here.
I don't think I had any problem with me saying that, because I asked the question because I was looking at his website at the time. If you have a K, an M, a V, or whatever the ones are that maybe have a 1 terabyte drive SSD.
That's K and a V is 1 terabyte, yes.
And then, but if you then add a Tera Prime or Prime Terra, or whatever, the server.
Yep.
Okay. It disables that 1 terabyte.
It does. And the reason why is because they want to keep the church and state separate.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to put some movies on one, other movies on the other, because the player itself can't multitask as well with those types of files, which is why you have a Tera server. So,
given the price of memory and SSDs, I'm just wondering, well, are they going to do a version where you can get a player and a server?
They already have that.
But without any memory, without an SSD.
So I wish they would do that. That's what the Strato C is, but it's not the supercharged, upgraded version like what Byron has or the new K that's come out. But that is one of our end user questions. Man, now I wish I had asked that, because it's Well, I can because this is a prequel. Because we're going to pretend the other show didn't happen at the moment. But that's a great question because we did get that from an end user almost immediately as well. Are they just going to release a player, or am I just paying this money to get the 1 terabyte? What happens if, why don't they just peel it, the 1 terabyte off? And in that way we can save some money here and get into the player. So, but here's the thing. It's
probably
the
not
pricing structure doesn't make any sense at the moment because you have a $2,000 player, a $3,000 player. The Strato V, which was a $4,600 player, is now $3,900, and then the K is now $5,000. So again, they wanted to differentiate that lane, so they lowered the price on the V. But to your point, we do get that question asked quite a bit. Well, I have a 1 terabyte. Why don't I? And if I'm buying a 8 terabyte, why wouldn't I have 9 terabytes? You know what I mean? And so,
if somebody out
the
there,
logic makes sense.
If somebody out there's already got a Tera server with 100 or whatever the size
terabytes,
is,
right?
Why would they want a player that comes with something they can't use?
So,
I
go
look at
ahead.
it like this: what it is that you got the Tera servers, and it disconnects. You know, say if you got your terabyte that's in the player, it disconnects that and goes strictly to your Tera server drive. But by them keeping the hard drive space in the box, that means they don't have to produce multiple versions of the same box. They could just use the same box, whatever Tera server you got.
Well, I suppose it gives
easy
it,
on them.
you know, it's then got resale value if you were just selling it to somebody who didn't have a server.
Right. No, that's...
And maybe it's got...
Well, or if you're a guy that doesn't... Here's why I'll say that client makes sense. It's if you're more of a... There are movie buyers and then there are rental type of people. Some people visit a movie and they never revisit. You know, and to me, the MEV and K are all perfect for that. It's a good rental machine. It's a good travel machine. It's a good machine to have a few loaded on there if you want to buy. But it's more of a rental player or disc changer, so to speak. It's not really made for people, but you can. I mean, Byron today can go buy 300 movies if he wants to, and he'll just have to rotate out of all the 300 movies. I have yet to meet one person that doesn't get tired of doing that. You know, and except for Byron. Some people are fine with that. They don't care. It's like, I got 10 minutes. I'll just download it in 10 minutes, delete one, download. I'm very opposite of that. I want to see my library. You know, the whole reason why you jumped into the Kaleidescape ecosystem, to your point, which I think you asked on the show that didn't happen, was... seeing everything on your in its golden glory.
Yes.
Where you see your library, just like if you were to look at this giant wall of movies. And that's the fun part of having that Tera server. Some people could give 2 craps less about that, right? And some people are the collectors. They love the disc and they love like you're a collector. You know, you're more of a vault type of person.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's like having a fridge full of beer and having a bottle of wine that's been aged and you've kept for a while and things like that. That's more of the Kaleidescape connoisseur in my humble opinion. You know what I mean? So, and that's kind of what we're alluding to with that. So, yes, as frustrating as losing out on that extra terabyte is, I understand that because that was my immediate thought. Well, if storage is so expensive, then why don't I get to keep my storage?
They probably have to put something in because
they have to.
They have to have a BIOS or an operating system or something.
Right.
That's could be on a chip, but then it's not easy. It's
Right.
not as easy to firmware update it unless it's.
And to course correct, the V and the K are the only ones with terabytes. The rest of them are 512 gig.
Right.
Yeah, they're 512. So very limited, and that's the thing. And I think I said it wrong a few minutes ago, but yeah. So to me, it's game over if you love home cinema. The Strato K is the way to go. It's a fraction of a cost of most of your projectors that you buy. The subwoofers that you research, the processors that you buy, the receivers that you're buying, it's $2,000 short of a good AV receiver. It's if you don't buy into that, you're drinking Haterade, as far as I'm concerned. It is that different, in my opinion. It's that different. So,
Do you think it's just going to reach a certain audience, or you think we getting to the point to where it's going to go across the board?
I think it's the dealer's job that wear the Kaleidescape banner to educate the audience, in my opinion. I think if the audience would actually sit down and look at it instead of stop reading and buying into this bull crap that's online, where everybody just immediately fires shots at this thing. Anytime this poor company makes a release, they fire shots. Anytime they can. Yeah, it's just trolls. Exactly. Tech trolls. And I think it's
haters.
It's the dealer's job to cut through the meringue and get to the pie. This is a substance-based product. These people are trying to give you the best substance for you to consume. And like any other thing that's put out there, you can't get better than this. And that's not being just a fanboy. It's not because we'll make money off of selling them. It's because I am a lover of cinema. I love movies, and I want to watch the best variation that I can watch on my system, and this is how you get there.
Yeah. From a retail perspective point of view, a 1 terabyte SSD is only about $200.
Right.
Now, in the scheme of a $5,000 device, $200 is neither here nor there. So it's like,
well, and that's where they get shots fired at them right there. It's like, well, I can buy a hard drive for $200. I can buy a mini computer for $1,000. So for $1,200, I can buy the whole thing, or I can build the whole thing. Yes, you can.
You're not going to get the content.
But you still don't have the content. Yeah, and that's kind of what we alluded to in episode 28, I think it was, or 27. That's what we alluded to when we were doing the Strato K coverage. Is like, yeah, you can gripe about it all you want, but you're not going to find something better than this. So, from a historical perspective, this is a historical machine. If you are a technology nerd, this is a historical product that does what no other product has ever done in the history of bringing movies into your home, going all the way back to VHS players. This thing will do it.
Can you rent movies from Kaleidescape?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's cool about renting movies from Kaleidescape is if it notices that you've rented it and you go back and revisit your movie, it takes the rental price off your movie.
If you buy it.
If you buy it.
Yeah.
If you want to buy it. Or if you try to rent it again, it'll ask you, hey, for $2 more, would you rather just buy it?
Yeah.
And it'll do that. And the rental price is the same, anywhere between $3 to $7, depending on what movie it is. Now, if it's a first run movie like Mortal Kombat 2 that's still in the theater, it's like $19. But that's what it is on Apple. It's the same price.
And 10 times the quality.
And yeah, exactly. So
because if you've got a K and it's probably in the latest format already, cinematic 4K,
yeah,
then it's probably 20 times better quality than streaming.
Sure. No, Byron, it would have been night and day. That you would have seen it right away. It's like, it was
the byproduct of it is You're going to pay the money for the movie. You're going to pay the money for the player. But if you don't have a gig or so coming to your house, now you're going to pay more money to upgrade your internet speed, because to adopt the full experience of
Yeah,
the
they're
application. 'Cause the
130. They're
movies are,
130
big,
gig.
much double the size of regular movies.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
need
yeah.
more bandwidth now.
Yep, 130 gigs is what he was. I think Matt referred to in this upcoming episode of a 4K cinematic. In some cases,
Yeah.
you know, for 130 gigabits. So I don't even know what the hell an 8K file is going to be. You know, yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I do know, I can't say, but I do know there's some very fun titles coming down the pipe in the 8K Strato. But in fact, I noticed this morning they put an 8K section on the movie store. I don't know if you noticed that this morning, Byron, but it's there. There's just nothing in it, but it's there.
I meant to ask Matt about this the 26.0.1 update that's coming to the Kaleidescape, what it encompasses, because the last update we had was April, so this is kind of quick in the update world to have one a couple of months later.
Every movie you have has an update available right now, even if you don't have 4K cinematic. Like, I got an update this morning for my Top Gun Maverick that said, "Hey, there's an audio and video improvement update." You know,
No, I'm talking
available
about
for you.
the OS part.
Oh, I don't know.
They've probably had to bring out firmware updates for all the players so they can integrate this new K into it.
He's not wrong. That would make sense. So you can
their
bring
whole
it into the
platform is
ecosystem.
like going through a change with this new player. So it's like,
Yeah, no, even Brian was saying, or Brian Bowie. No, Brian Bowie is a client of ours. He said, "Good Lord, I got home from Chicago and there was 30 updates available for movies." And I was like, "Yeah, they are not playing around right now. They're a small company, California company, 99.8% American-made product." Manufactured in California. You're not going to bleed more red, white, and blue than that particular product right now. So it is just absolutely. I'm still buzzed about it. I'm still buzzed from seeing it because I'm just like, I went and
we're thoroughly disappointed that he didn't leave it.
I know. I really wanted
he brought it in to leave it.
I really wanted him to leave it. Yeah, I was about to like. What do you mean you got to take it? Yeah, no, it was just, I need to get one so I can do an A-B comparison with people here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. In fact, I'm going to just put myself on the spot right now. We're going to get one so we can do an A and B. We're going to have a Kaleidescape launch party. We're going to get Matt back out here so he can. If you think my demo is good, you need to see Matt do his. I mean, Matt's just, you're going to hear it.
Tell him to bring a bucket of popcorn.
Exactly. Matt is one of the most pleasant people you'll talk to, and he's very just soft-spoken and well-versed in the product.
He's cut from the same cloth we are.
He is. He's been in the industry for 25 years. You know, he's been doing it for a while and started out on the ground level of Best Buy and then surfed in and out of those waves with them and audio advice. And, you know, he kind of told his origin story of where he first saw a Kaleidescape, which he and I's origin story is very similar. The first time I saw it, my brain went to, how can I build one cheaper? And back then, here's the thing. Back then I could.
Yeah.
Back then I could.
And we did.
And we did. We did. And so did he. And that's the thing, is back then we totally could.
But the only content you had was what
disc.
was available from the source disk.
And the only rule they broke was they built a machine that ripped a movie. That's the only rules that were broken, and it really was more of a gray area that was broken, and that's how the whole thing came about. So I have known of this company for 25 years. I have never seen them in a healthier condition than they are now. I mean, this is what they were made for, is this particular product category. I mean, and they're winning. I mean, they're just totally slaughtering it. That doesn't mean that Apple's not going to up their game, or Roku.
But you've got to remember, if you buy in quotes, a movie from Apple or one of these streaming
You don't own it.
platforms, you don't own it. You've just bought a license to show it, whilst that provider has the license to let you show it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yep. You're leasing. So when you're leasing it, yeah.
And you have to be subscribed to these services to be able to access your content that you've bought.
Right.
Whereas Kaleidescape, it's not a subscription service. You buy the device, you buy the movies, and they are yours in perpetuity.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 1,000%. It's just it 100%. I hate it when people say 1,000%. I've been watching the guy who makes pizza on YouTube too much, because he always says that. Yeah, 1,000%. Even distribution. It's like these bunch of these Italian kids that all they do is make pizza videos. Don't get into it.
There's no
because
such
it is a time vortex vault you will fall into, very much like David Portnoy and his pizza reviews that you just get sucked into and 3 hours go by because you're watching these people make pizza. Yeah, it's just
or
it's
you're
nuts.
just watching whole random things, doom scrolling, I believe they call it.
Maybe it's because I'm not allowed to eat. I haven't gotten to eat pizza in quite a bit in the last 2 months. So, but yeah, no, I would say
I had a nice pizza last night.
Did you?
Marco's.
See, now you're making me hungry again.
I've got some left over if you want to go back. And we can
stare at it. I'll go and stare at it.
Ian's offering cold pizza. Wasn't a lovely thing.
Or you can stick.
I love cold pizza, man.
You can stand there and eat cold pizza.
You do not defile pizza by sticking it in a radioactive field, good sir. Well, everyone knows if you're going to properly heat up a pizza and maintain flavor, you must put it in an oven.
Yeah, well. Anyway, you can come and eat cold pizza, and we can mess around on the new car.
That's true.
The new old car.
The new old car. The new old vet that I'll probably buy at some point, because I've always wanted to see.
The one that I couldn't get into to save my life.
No, you're a wee bit too tall for it.
It's a convertible, so you'd be all right. But
his head would stick above the windshield like
the
Batmobile.
It's not like he's got any hair to worry about.
Oh, see, there you do it. You broke another rule of mine. You can't. There's very few rules I have in life, and rule number two is you don't make fun of bald people.
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying he wouldn't have a problem. That's not making fun of him.
Hey, would you get a better track time if he waxed his head?
Hey,
that's making fun.
My wig would definitely blow in the wind.
Yeah, no, it's not a bald head. It's a solar panel for a sex machine, is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rub.
All right. Now that we've completely freaked out the audience when we went down the rabbit hole of pizza and baldness, neither are related,
there is absolutely no segue between pizza and baldness.
No, there's not. I got nothing. It's like usually I can come up with everything to talk about, but no. So this is a nice preview show. At the end of the last show, we were told that we couldn't. Here's the thing: we just don't want to get anybody in trouble by releasing it early. So we have to submit it for approval. Matt was very much here. He was very much kind enough to spend his Saturday afternoon with us and give us a sneak peek. I'm going to say we used to be friends, but he took the Strato K with him. So now that's a strained relationship is what we'll say.
Yes, you've got to look out for that show. When we get it on the air, because you have the dulcet tones of Raymond as well.
That's true. And don't think that I'm not going to bother the living snot out of them to hurry up that approval.
Give them a deadline. Tell them.
No, can't. It's the thing about the corporate thing is.
But you didn't sign anything.
No, I didn't sign an NDA or anything like that. But it's a courtesy thing. When you talk about it, when you have a corporate executive, type of thing, then
if it gets edited, it gets edited. But
it will be out. It will be out
soon. So look forward to it.
Ian, their audience are bigger than our audience, so we want to play nice so we can we can get the information down to their audience.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and there's the thing. We're Team Kaleidescape here. We even converted the British Doubting Thomas over here, and it's what I'm saying. He's like, no, I totally. Ian was actually the first one that saw the difference. He was the first one that said something after we stopped. He was like, oh. It's like the only time he ever says "oh" is when he trips on the step getting up to the stage, or he drops something.
Justin, we will have a coming out party when he actually purchases it and installs it in his house.
Byron, everybody knows that you want Ray to sit on your lap, and there's nothing to come out of
it. That. Not that coming out party. False information.
No, we do. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna get on the ball. We're gonna get a Strato K in here. We are going to do a video back forward of the Strato K side by side, backwards and forwards, and then have a party with it and get Matt over here. Matt lives in Houston, so it's an easy thing. So for him to do, he's always happy to do it. We're reinitiating the Kaleidescape Challenge. We'll talk about that a little bit, which is you invite us over for a movie, we bring our toy, we hook it into your system, and you tell us what you think on your system. No funny business. All we need is a power outlet and an HDMI cable, and we'll do the rest. So we're not going to touch your receiver. We're not going to touch anything. We're just going to plug our thing in and put a movie on, let you kind of get a good demo with a few different movies. If you want to do a really good comparison, pick a movie that you've purchased on Apple TV, and that way we'll have the system loaded with that movie, and then we can go back and forth. And that's, to me, where you really see it, is when you start going backward and forward between Apple and the Kaleidescape, and now Apple, and then the Strato K. Matt did what we did enjoy on this upcoming episode is he did get into some pretty nitty gritty details of the Strato M, which is their 2K $2,000 price point player, and how you can drop that player in most subsystems, and you don't have to upload new versions of the movie or anything like that. That it is somewhat backwards compatible with if you have a Strato V or Strato E. So I thought that was pretty interesting for those of you that want to add players to your home. So that was also pretty cool. So I think, Ian, if you've got anything else, Byron, you got anything?
No, it's a great follow-up. I'm just interested to see for myself and to get all the ducks in a row and see what we can do.
You got to see it. It's just you got to see it. You won't appreciate it until you see it, and that's, to me, is and that's pretty. That's kind of par for the course with all Kaleidescape product. It's like you're not gonna really. You can talk trash about it all you want, but until you see it. I have had complete haters in the store before, and they will just, I'm not buying into that snake oil, and they blankety blank, and I said, well, can I just show you? I mean, if you say it still looks like crap, fine, and then I'll take them into either any cinema that I have. I have two here that have Kaleidescape, and I'll do an A/B with whatever the movie they want to do an A/B on, and they always leave with I was wrong. That's what they'll lead up and allude to is that they were just mistaken about the product. So, and that's really all there is to say about it. Now I got to find a new home. If you're in the market for an older Kaleidescape system, please let me know. Because, I'm going to have to upgrade pretty soon. Because
an older Kaleidescape is better than no Kaleidescape.
True. Very true. I can't cross-pollinate with the newer toys with the system that I'm using currently. I can only use the Strato C player. I can't get into any of the newer stuff or even the newest stuff. So when I bring the K in, what I'm going to have to do is plug it in standalone, and then just have it be a standalone player on the on that ecosystem. So it'll be interesting how all of that stuff, we cross all of those boundaries with that. So anyway, but yeah, no, it's great. It's here. It's ready to ship. It's beyond coming. So we're ready to go.
In the can, as they say.
In the can. And yes, for those that have made fun of us thus far, we did have a guest. Kaleidescape did come to the studio. We did talk to Kaleidescape on the record.
All of us,
and off the record a little bit, which was a lot of fun. And we can't wait to, good Lord, English, please. Can't wait to release the show for you to listen to.
Okay, Governor.
Yeah, no, that. So, yes. So, coming at you, hot on the press. Don't forget 4th of July weekend coming up. David Piggott playing live. And where is he playing live?
July the 4th, Spring Trails. It's only open to residents.
Oh, okay. Well, forget all of you people that want to see Mr. Bigot. No, he is playing at Serenity Sips July 12th, open mic night again, and then they're going to have another comedian event with same comedian that they had for Dad's Night. I want to say that's July 28th is when he's coming out, but it was sold out last time. When you have to buy tickets for that event because they sold out.
They're also doing Coffee and Cops
as well, and we're actually in works with them to do a Cars and Coffee thing at Define Audio Video with Serenity Sips, meaning they're going to come here with coffee and people are going to come here with cars, which is why it's called Coffee and Cars.
I could do that.
Yeah, well, multiple times. You can drive both of them here and back. All right, so we shall see in a bit. Sorry for the short cast, but this is a preview of the preview of the prequel of the sequel of the preview of the preview of the show.
This is Star Wars Episode 3 or 4 or 5.
Would it be 3.5?
Well,
Star Wars
yeah,
Episode 3.5. All right, we'll see you in a bit. We love you guys, and we can't wait to see it. Watch for the cast. See you when we see you.
All right, make it do what it do, baby.